It's time to get real this Christmas and enjoy the things that matter. I'm Michaela Clark of declutteringyou.com and I'm here to help you simplify your Christmas. Every episode, I'll be here to give you one quick, easy Christmas hack designed to help you simplify your holiday season and find the fun again. Let's go. Okay, stay with me, people. I know we've had a lot of hacks and we're not even probably made it to Christmas yet, but I did want to talk about next Christmas because you know what? There's a lot you can do now that will make next year even easier. And a lot of this involves things that we've already talked about, but it gets you that jump start on next year. So a few ideas that I've got. So making sure that you keep all your planners and notes from this year. You know, you can look at your budget, see where you went wrong or where you saved money and plan for next year. This time of year, a lot of things like Christmas decorations, post-Christmas and trees and all that you can save, 75, 90% on a lot of Christmas decorations. So if you have the space and the budget, you don't want to clutter up your house, but if you can afford to do that, make sure you can grab those bargains. But perhaps plan, maybe it's one colour in your Christmas decorations that you want to change and go for that colour. So have a little bit of planning around that. So again, you're not breaking the budget or buying so much that you've got nowhere to store it and you end on chucking it out. The other thing is to think about, and when looking at your budget, perhaps you want to make a saving plan, putting away a little bit of money so that at the end of the year you can have a bigger Christmas or you can do a bit of travelling. So start a savings plan at the beginning of the year to not make it too tough at the end of the year. A similar idea is things like Christmas hampers, where you pay throughout the year and then at Christmas you get all the groceries and drinks and everything that you may need delivered. So that's like a forced labour, and then all of a sudden at Christmas you get this amazing big hamper that has everything that you need in it. So that could be another way to help you stay sane next year as well as save some money. And if you've got the space as well, looking at keeping some of the gift tags you got or the paper or Christmas cards that perhaps you can reuse next year as well. Again, set up perhaps a gift closet, again, if you have the space, and then throughout the year when you're seeing gifts for people, just getting them, or they're just those general gifts that you may use throughout the year for other things, getting them, putting them in a spot so you've always got something on hand. Perhaps also good if you're getting stragglers coming that you didn't know about turning up on Christmas Day, you've always got something there that you can give people. I find this is a great way to save money by the time the kids' birthdays come around or the grandkids or even the husband's birthday. I've always got little things put away so that I can save some money and give them some lovely gifts, and I've thought about them all year round. The other thing is maybe look at buying something bigger and then you've got the year to pay it off as well. Also perhaps booking a holiday and then having the year to pay that off as well, and pre-planning. Perhaps you want to go camping in a certain spot but it's really hard to get into. So just looking at ways that you can, prepare for next year. Another thing that I'm going to do this year is actually do a bit of a debrief and look at how this Christmas actually went to how I wanted it to. And there's some great questions that I think you can ask yourself, as long as you answer honestly, that will help you have a better Christmas next year. So firstly, what worked this holiday season? What were some of the strengths? How did your planning work? How did the budget go? How was the relationship with your family and friends? What was things that gave you most joy doing this time? And write that down and record it so you can remember for next year when the madness period hits again. It's also important that we look at what didn't go right. Perhaps what were the things that didn't bring us joy, the worst aspects of the holiday time this year. Reflect on that so we can put plans in place to not have the same thing happen next year. Look at were you satisfied with the level of giving? And when I say giving, I mean time, money, self, your presence to your family and friends. Were you really there the whole Christmas? Or could you have actually given yourself more? Or perhaps you gave of yourself too much that it had a negative impact? And think about bringing some of the Christmas spirit and joy that you have throughout the other months in the year and not just at Christmas time. Perhaps how well did your household run this holiday season? Was it as you planned, or were there things that you definitely could improve in next year? or help to plan throughout the year, whether it's organising or decluttering certain areas in your house. Look at what could be one improvement that you could make in your planning for next year. And then really look at how did your holiday go. And I'm not talking about how the family went or the spouse, your partner, the children, but did you enjoy the experience? Did you have the sparkle that you've wanted? Did you have some downtime and rest and reflection that you really needed to? You know, it is hard sometimes to admit it out loud, but we do feel flat often throughout the year. And there's all this expectation this time of year is going to be full of joy and happiness, but it's not always the case. It can bring up some hard memories and some difficult times. So it's important that, you reflect on those times and how you reacted in those negative times. It's important to see how much downtime you had. Did you get enough rest? Because if you've come through this period still stressed and overwhelmed and you're going into a whole new year, if you don't have that downtime to kind of recharge and reset yourself, it can make things a lot harder going forward. So have a look at perhaps some areas in your life that didn't bring you joy across this year, this holiday season. Perhaps it was relationships, perhaps it was having too much to drink, perhaps it was overspending, perhaps it was your expectations were way out and it caused dramas in all areas. But just have a look at what area you think you can mostly improve on and that would make the biggest difference for you. And hey, none of us are perfect. We're all going to have things, but I think being aware is the first step and can really help to having an even more organised and simplified Christmas next year. And I want to say a big thank you for downloading and listening to the Hack the Holidays podcast. And if you downloaded our guide or visited our website, I really hope that you did get some more joy in your Christmas and we did make things a little bit easier for you. Thanks again. It's time to embrace a perfectly imperfect Christmas. Head over to declutteryou.com/Christmas hacks to grab a free copy of the Hack the Holidays handbook to help you get organised, simplify, and actually enjoy your Christmas this year.